Next up from AJ, who's on a roll here. Say I have $2,000 in Apple and $3,000 in cash in my account, and I set up a trading strategy to swing trade Amazon, so a different ticker. If I select 100% equity when buying Amazon, will it send a signal for 3,000, which is the cash, or 5,000, which is the total value of the account, and then the trade would get rejected?
Right. So inherently, like the assumption I make when people refer to equity is the actual total notional value of their account, meaning what is the value of all your existing positions at market value plus cash? And the two together is what we define as equity. So the answer to the question is that it's going to send the signal based on $5,000, not based on the 3,000 you have in cash.
John says here in the chat here, responding to a previous question, it
Yeah.
actually subtracts unrealized P&L from total equity too. I'm not exactly sure what he's referring to here. Do you remember the question?
Yeah, so if we're going back to the does it use 100% of my balance question, when we're talking about how we calculate your total equity, it is the market value of your positions. If you were to take the total shares multiplied by the market value, what I think John is saying here is that we're also incorporating any of that live P&L into your equity as well.
I
So
see.
cash plus live P&L plus the market value of your positions, which
Okay.
I guess is kind of saying one and the same. By saying market value of your positions, we're actually calculating the current price times the number of shares you have, which is sort of the same as including your P&L. But John is actually saying we subtract that P&L from the equity to kind of start from your original balance, or the real available balance that you have. Right. Sorry. So John's following up. It's not actually including market value. It's the quantity times the cost basis. Correct. So it's subtracting out the P&L. So thank you, John, for clarifying. Tricky nuance to all of this, but what I can say is, unless you have like a massive, sort of current profit in a trade that you have right now, and you want that incorporated as your equity, maybe that's a tricky situation some users might get into. Like if I have a Microsoft position and I'm up 50% on it, and you're not including that as part of the equity calculation, then really it's based off the cash I had when I started that Microsoft position plus my available cash. Is that correct, John?
John followed up with an answer here. He was saying, if you have 100,000 account and 50,000 of it is on Apple, and then Apple goes up 100%, now your total equity is 150,000, but 50K of it is unrealized. So if we use unrealized gains in the calculation and you use 50% of total equity per position, then it would calculate a quantity with 150K and it would be greater than the 50K, which is the cash available in your account.
Okay,
So
totally makes sense. So that would actually require that you have 75,000 in cash available in order to execute the position. What about the inverse situation? If you're subtracting out the available P&L, then if I have a $50,000 Apple position and it goes down by 50%, now I've lost 25,000 in unrealized losses, but I still have 50,000 in cash available. Is it still only calculating half of 75,000?
John answered previously with, yeah, it subtracts the P&L positive or negative.
Okay,